In case you missed out on the major local and international news updates within the week, worry no more because we've got you covered. Join us on First Next News for a complete highlight of important stories from Nigeria and around the world. You can follow us on our YouTube channel at First Next News for full news reports. Hello everyone, a very pleasant day to you. I hope your day has been going great. I remain your humble host, Becky Usoro. It's that time of the show, Citizens Dialogue on First Next News Port Harcourt, where we discuss trending and interesting political topics. With me in the studio is Kings Ojalo and Jimmy Zach. Let's go straight to it. How are you guys doing?
Yeah,
fine, thank you, Becky.
You guys look amazing. You dashed me your jacket, have you? When we're doing the show. Great. Okay, so let's head into PDP wants Fubara against Defection, demands probe interim rule. Regardless of what's happening, we're all expecting our suspended Governor Fubara. So what do you have to say on this? Because PDP, as a party he belongs, they are coming in to say, now that we're hoping you to return, as our governor in the state. And they're like, don't go into APC with all the rumors we hear every day concerning River State. So what do you have to say on that? Jalo?
Actually, I think it's a very, very, very optimistic and a very, very clear warning or sign. Let me put it that way, because I think the PDP party, they are having a signal. You understand? Contrary to what's going on across the state right now, we can see a lot of the defections from various political party to the All Progressive Party because they are the leading party. So I think it's sign from
ahead of time.
Yes, it's really, really clear that indeed that there is something that might happen, that will be strange. Okay. From our returning suspended governor, because across the state now we've seen how a lot of political individuals are moving to the APC due to they feel the power belongs to that party. And don't forget this suspension came as a result of an emergency that arose. That was May 18th.
And again, why they're actually saying that? Because of the local government election that was just concluded.
Yes,
and most of the people there are APC.
Yes. So it is a sign that look, there may be a change when our governor returns. So
they are trying to tell him now, like, with the push that's coming forth, and then you're saying that all the people you're working with are APC members.
Yes,
so don't join the APC.
And it to be a critical decision if probably the governor, happened to defeat to the All Progressive, because this is someone that all the PDP has relied themselves on. Yeah. So peradventure it happens that way. Okay. There will be a kind of misleapancy in the state entirely. So it's a clear warning from the party, and I think it is best the governor should remain in his own political party in order to create a better mandate for the state and as the party involved.
Regardless the pressure.
Yes, regardless the pressure. A recent conversation by the sole administrator, Ibas, said recently that his own administration, that his own presence in River State has brought, calmness. It has brought, from the way he described it, has brought amnesty. So I think, that conversation really triggered me, and the state of this sole administration, what has really impacted the people so far? Because we've not really seen that infantry of his administration. Okay. But in other words, I really think it's a clear fact that has passed to the arriving governor that he should remain in his mandatory party instead of deviating today. But I see, it seems that the All Progressive Party are trying to, claim his own mandate and make sure that him being in the party, is a conclusive move for him, to work alongside with other candidates that has been elected to the All Progressive Party. in this previous election.
Thank you so much. Jimmy?
All right. Thank you very much, Becky. Thank you, Kings Ojalo, for that comment there on our River State's PDP, Siminalayi Fubara, and Wike, because we cannot take out the conversation if you don't have these four characters on the table. Okay. Now, let's come from this angle. PDP are saying, Fubara, please, do not go to the APC. Beg you, do not forget. When this whole state of emergency started in March, the PDP Governors Forum, they approached the courts. In fact, at the time when they approached the courts to seek a redress to this issue, we had some PDP governors who reneged. We had some PDP governors who kicked against it. We had some PDP governors who didn't even sign the document for this. In fact, at the time, the current governor of Akwa Ibom State, who was formerly in the PDP, he was not part of the movement. Yeah, he was. This is Fubara's immediate family, the PDP Governors Forum. Yeah. When we talk about the APC Governors Forum, talking about, headed by the Kwara State governor, all right? If they have an issue, he's going to come up and then fight for it. But in the PDP, what is the case today? They did not. They ended up not standing with him. Yeah. They stood against him. That is why the APC were able to indulge them into the affairs. Yeah. They meddled into the affairs and they fought it. So what are we saying? So if at the national level, all right, the PDP Governors Forum were unable, right, although they approached the courts and the courts did what they know how to do best, and when you get a result, is it the state's PDP that can now decide for a grown-up man like Fubara? You know, all this doesn't concern the PDP Governors Forum, if I were very candid. Because when we were there, when they had over 95% of councillors and local government chairmen in the APP, were Action whatever party, when Siminalayi was the governor. Where were the party? Was the party? Sure. All of a sudden, all right, the state is now governed by 20 APC governors. We've not heard anything from the PDP. They've not come out to debunk it, or they've not come out to challenge everything. All of a sudden, they are now wholly adar. They want to support Siminalayi. They are now coming out like a saint. Where have they been in all this? Don't you think they've also been emasculated? Don't you think they've been twist? Don't you think they've been debilitated? So it's just the same story. But in all of this, Becky, to put the record straight, the whole thing still falls back to Siminalayi Fubara. Let him save his integrity. Yes, sir. If the country fails to save itself, let he himself, all right, do not further exacerbate the challenge he's already having. Because in all this conversation, you cannot completely take out the fact that he is only used as a decoy. People are just there catching their cruise. They are using him to act a script. He should not allow himself, all right, to be used as a tool for all these shenanigans. I call it shenanigans.
Thank you so much. Professor Udenta, founding National Secretary of the Alliance Democracy, said if Jonathan contests, the entire Southeast and South is gone from the APC. Zach, what do you really have to say on that? Well,
I listened to Professor Udenta yesterday. I listened to him. He was speaking on an interview television on one of our sister television, and he was asked so many questions about the possibility of possibility of Jonathan, all right, coming back. So he spoke so much. In fact, I listened to him. He praised Jonathan. He said somebody who ruled the government and had so much good records to his name, that after his time as president, in fact, he gained so much global recognition that if we have the like of Jonathan coming back to the system, that is going to turn things around. Well, that is his opinion. And I also listened in that interview when one of the anchors was asking him, don't you think all these things you are saying is an anecdotal experiment?
That's true.
Meaning that these are just mere thoughts and products from people. Yeah. He said no, that the empirical facts are there. But for me, let us come from the angle of clear facts and figures, because I love talking with facts and figures. Yeah. The facts are there. You can go and fact check me. All right. In the 2011 election, how many votes did the Southeast All right. How many votes did Jonathan have from the Southeast? He did very well, no doubt. Yeah. He did very well. Over 5.2 million votes. The Southeast gives him that vote. He also mentioned the South. The South where he came from. Where he is from. Let me not say he came because he's still here. Where he is from. Yes, he got over 1.4 million votes. Total number of votes in the 2011 election stood at almost okay, let me say total number of registered voters. Becky, it was over 72 million. Yes, go and fact check me. Total number of people that voted in election was 30 million. In all these votes, how many Jonathan got? He got just, for me, he got just 23.68%, which does not represent the true value of the entire South. That means there were people in the Southeast and South that didn't vote for him. Sure. All right? But then I will not blame them. We all knew what happened in 2011. He was expecting votes from the North, and the North disappointed him. So the little vote he managed to get was from this same South. So what is the assurance that the Southeast and the South, all right, after 10 years or 12 years, because to the election it will be 12 years, that they will come back en masse and throw their support around him? It's, for me, it's going to be a dicey situation. And looking at the political landscape, we shouldn't involve ourselves in a situation where we begin to play dice with politics. We should hit them on the head and say, hey, young man, you are good, go. But at this point for Odenta, I feel it's just, I totally describe it as an anecdotal experiment and not a fact. Because for a fact, the Southeast, making the Southeast and the South, they've been complaining that, oh, ever since independence, they've not been allowed to rule Nigeria. Yeah. But these are the same people, the likes of David Umahi, the likes of the Imo State Governor Opus Odima, who is always at the airport to wave Mr. President, and the likes all of them, they are always there supporting him. In short, already they've started moving a vote of confidence. They've started praising him, endorsing him. And I ask the question, if you keep endorsing somebody that is in the ruling party, how then will you win? Where will you bring your own candidate? Let us see a candidate from the Southeast and South. Let us for once, so that we will know if they actually mean this cause of saying, oh, we want a leader from this country. Yeah. One of their brother is in DSS. Let me not go there.
Thank you so much. Jalo, what do you have to say on that story?
It's a clear fact that, Nigeria are beginning to realize their mistakes. You understand? So, Jonathan, as they may say, I believe he's not the perfect individual, but I believe in his own tenure, he made some strategic move that really, helped Nigeria in one or two ways. Now, I remember when, he stepped down as president due to the election and all that. Okay. I believe if he had been willing, to raise the alarm rather about that election, that look, I think there should be a re-election on this political affair. I think it would have brought chaos and some problem to the country as a. But as a kind-hearted man, I think he just made it known to the opposition party that, okay, look, no Nigeria is what, the way he put it that way, I forgot. Yes, and he stepped down and handed over power to Buhari. Now, if you look at it, from this whole talks here and there concerning Jonathan, you see, like I said, Nigeria are now beginning to realize their mistake. They are beginning to put things in order, but they think, bringing Jonathan into power is actually the solution. But that doesn't mean if Jonathan is given presidency right now, Nigeria will be better. But I still believe that probably there will be change. Now, Jonathan is someone that I see who could, who could bring change to Nigeria if the power is given to him. Now, concerning the South or the Southeast, coming out for him during campaign or during election, coming 2027 election, it doesn't depend on him, because right now I feel he's just kind of reluctant, saying, oh, okay, let them go about with their decision. Now, these people who that have been claimed that will deliberately come out for him to be elected as president is because I think they really want a change.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand. They want a change and they want something new. But let's talk about the Nigeria politics right now. Will it be possible? That is the question. If corruption and other, bad political engagement.
And again, they are looking back to when he was ruling as a president.
Yes.
Look at how the nation is.
Yes.
I think that's the reason why people are tracing back to Bulo.
Yes, but somehow, if you look back, you will still discover that these same people were the one who kind of betrayed him. Some of them are there. He had betrayers from this particular set of people. Now, that is why I said they have learned from their mistakes.
Okay.
So they own in their own mindset feel, I think we should bring back the president. If the president is willing to run for an election, we will definitely bring him to power again. This, that, because of the lessons they have learned.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand.
Sure.
They've learned a whole lot of lessons. They've seen the differences. They've seen how it was in his own time and what they are currently facing.
Okay.
So we can't just predetermine that, say, when Jonathan come into office, the whole place will be sweet. The whole place will be, But I strongly believe that definitely there will be change.
Thank you so much. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. Let's go for a short break. Please stay tuned. Welcome back. I hope you're enjoying this program so far. I remain your humble host, Becky Usara. With me here in the studio is Kings Ojalo and Zach Jimmy. We're riding on through. Federal government has voiced strong objection to the United States decision to deport 13 Nigerians to Ghana without prior consultation. Look at what's happening today in the United States of America, where we're hearing that Nigerians are being deported or other people from other countries. So, Zach, what do you have to say on that?
Well, as a concern Nigeria, and as somebody who is interested about the growth of this country, okay, I would just say something simple. What is the president doing with one? I have a question for him.
Okay.
One, Mr. President, why is it up to now we've not had ambassadors? Why have we not had a U.S. ambassador to Nigeria or Nigeria ambassador to U.S. to settle that? That's on the other side. Now, let me not come back. What is it about all this deportation? Becky, if your house is doing well, your child will not leave the house.
That's true. That's true.
Why have you refused, all right, to make things working?
Yeah.
Abiye, the Nigerian Diaspora Commission chairman, recently went to Ivory Coast to bring back, to repatriate Nigerians.
Yeah.
If I ask you today, what are the states of those citizens? Yes, we know as a country that we fail, but let us admit the fact that we are failing. That is why our young boys and girls will want to go through Libya, Tripoli to find their way out to greener pastures. But then, it has happened.
Yeah.
And then the US are saying, you want to send them to Ghana. In fact, even this before now, they wanted to send them to other West African countries, and some countries are ready to welcome them. Some say no. But I don't have an issue with all of this, Becky. My problem is, when do we start arranging our own? So that we start having people outside to deport back.
Yeah.
Do not forget, Becky, in this country, we started having members. I don't want to start mentioning on this particular video.
Okay.
We have citizens from other countries who were doing fraud. In fact, they were carrying the placard of the EFCC. The monk board, their sins, I put it that way, were scripted there. What happened? We didn't see them sent back to their country. They are in our custody. Fine. Maybe the law allows them to do that in our own country. But you cannot do that in their country, and they will allow you to go scot-free. Look at the case of the former member of the House of Rep, who is currently behind the bars at the UK for kidney whatever. I'm trying to recall because I don't want to remember anything that would just get me hungry. He's behind the bars. We have Nigerians who are there. Even Simon Ekpa, who is in the Finland. Do not forget, he's undergoing his own service. He's serving he's serving his jail term. Probably when he comes back to Nigeria may. Although in the Finnish constitution, once you are convicted for a crime as a citizen that got your citizenship by naturalization, once you are convicted for a crime like that, your citizenship will be seized. So let us imagine that he's sent back to Nigeria. Will he face that same crime? The answer is no.
No.
Let's tell ourselves the truth.
Yeah.
But in all of this, Becky, let us have a system that is working.
That's it.
It's not about coming out, oh, we don't want this, oh, we want this. When they come back, what would they do? They come and suffer the same security.
Same thing.
Some of them are really...
And the people involved here, why are they even going?
Why are they even going? You see,
why are they not
some of them are even seeking asylum.
Nigeria?
If you ask some of them, I read one of the articles by one of the editorials in one of those newspapers. So if you ask some of them, they'll tell you, if we go back to our country, they'll kill us. They will do this to us, do this to us. Nigeria should come out and say, we will not kill you, we will employ you, we will make things working for you.
Yeah.
That is what you want to hear. Anything apart from that?
Thank you so much. Jalo, just to round up for the show.
I will first by saying, I think that is pretty harsh by the U.S. authority. First of all, I'm not in support of, Nigerians, being in a country illegally, without appropriate stay, visa, and proper processes.
Okay.
I believe maybe there were one or two offenses this individual might have committed. You understand? Now take note, when I went through the story, I discovered that these people were actually deported to Ghana, not just in a proper manner. They were deported with their military airplane, which looks, should I use the word abusive, as if you are bringing criminals to the country. And the worst part of it, they were taken to Ghana. I'm not saying Ghana is not the appropriate country. And second, just as my colleague said, it's unfortunate that a country like Nigeria doesn't have an ambassador, because I don't see why this should be handled by the Nigerian ambassador to the US. It should be taken charge by him or her totally.
So not even get to this extent where honestly, it should even get to this point, because look, that we are seeing our country.
Just look at the mess. Deported with the military air force, so it looks as if you are deporting back criminals. And now the federal government is only interfering on that issue without even sending personnel to that country and say, okay, we have come to claim back. You understand? Fine. The people, the Nigerians in particular, I don't even think they will even have interest coming back to the country, looking at the system, the current system of Nigeria.
But you see, one thing is this, Mr. Kings. You see, one thing is this: you are addressed the way you dress.
Of course.
Do you understand?
Yes, exactly.
Do you think the US will do this to country like let me say Cameroon?
For what?
Yeah.
They can't.
Because
they have overridden this country to the extent that
this is what one man on the street will say, see finish. This is a see finish syndrome.
Honestly, see finish. And Ghanaians now, they will view Nigerians like refugees. When in the whole of West Africa, Nigeria should be one of the most developed countries. Now they feel, looking at that action done by the US, they feel, oh, these people, they are kind of beggars. So my best advice is this. In this country, sorry, let me give you in this country, all right, Becky, when Trump, all right, emerged as the president, he cut off this HIV. He started cutting off some support to African countries like Nigeria, emphasis on Nigeria.
Yeah.
My best advice.
Why have we not had the Minister of Interior, Tunji, coming out to say, oh, this is not this is not that? Why have we not had the Diaspora Commission Chairman, Abiye, coming out to say, oh, this is not the point, this is the stance of it. We always accept it, but when it's time for us to do the right thing, we always go back to debunk. Yeah. What we do is to debunk. I'm waiting for Bayo Bayo Naduga, thank you. There are two Bayo Julari for NNPC. Bayo Naduga. So Bayo Naduga should come out now and tell Nigerians, tell the world why our citizens
exactly
in Ghana.
My best advice for this is, instead of lamenting inside Nigeria, I think it's this best advice for the government, the federal government, to send comrades there and try to address this issue. And I strongly believe, when they have brought some good presentation to those who were deported to Ghana.
The people you're trying to help, are they ready for it? Because you're not just going to bring them back to Nigeria and then you give them maybe 200,000 or 500,000.
That is why the government should, because they are humans.
Yeah.
Provision should be made for them. You understand? So my best advice is better, they go bring them back and make proper provisions for them in order to, to spoil the burden, to remove the burden for our country, Nigeria.
Thank you so much for your time. It's my pleasure always. That's all on our show for today. Don't remember to follow us on our YouTube channel and kindly subscribe at Firstness News Port Harcourt. I remain your humble host, Becky Usaro. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now. In case you missed out on the major local and international news updates within the week, worry no more because we've got you covered. Join us on First Next News for a complete highlight of important stories from Nigeria and around the world. You can follow us on our YouTube channel at First Next News for full news reports.